Hello. Tonight we are going to put together some space holes, which are these guys. And I figure, depending on how long these guys take me, and we have blood claws too, but I figure Grey Hunters will probably take up the whole night if I get them done, because that should be interesting. Lately, I've been working on a land raider for the Blood Angels. I'm about, I don't know, 3 different colors on it and some shading, but that's it. And I don't know, it's a nice night. It's cold, and we had rain earlier today, and so I'm hunkering down in here. Wow, lots of sprues. Well, 4. That makes sense though for 10 figures. Yeah. All right, we get this new transfer sheet. Oh, with the automatic. I'm going to take off the automatic tracking. Stop. Go down here. Over here. Better, huh? Okay. New space hole transfers. Was it only recently that they got, yeah, offspring chapters? Gosh. Let's see if I can make this a little bit better, because we want to look at the work area mainly and not my pretty face. Okay. Oh, and I should also say hello. Hi. Yep. Sorry. All right. Here are the instructions. I should raise that up a little bit. Instructions. First couple of pages. Next couple. Let's see. In case in the future somebody's like, oh my God, I cannot find the instructions anywhere. That's all right, I got you. There. Instructions. And the stats. If you care. Excuse me. So let's say. All right. So it looks like they have a lot of interchangeable things. Tons of heads without helmets. Tons of them. I'm feeling better about doing heads now, though, without helmets, since I did that one pack. And I have like, here are my toothpick heads, Blood Angels. Notice I have the one helmet, just in case I utterly failed to do other heads. But I'm feeling better about that now. So what do these guys usually have? Bolt pistol and chainsword? Power axe for the cat or for the sergeant, pack leader. Okay, let's get started. So are these numbered or they have duplicate numbers? Like 2 stacks of number 1s. Doesn't look like it. Maybe. Because I know they like to split them up and sell them 5-man squads and different things. Oh, yep. These are duplicates here. But they're numbered differently, so that's nice. Yeah, these are all duplicates. And these are duplicates. Good to know. So this should be where the first things are. I need 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And it's right here. Okay, my clips. My snips. It's such a nice night out. And we're watching, my wife and I were watching movie trailers. And they have one coming out called Coyotes, which is all about coyotes going crazy, whooping on some sort of suburbia area. And the first scene in the trailer was about a little dog like ours getting caught in the bushes and killed by coyotes. And we were just like talking about that, about animals and predators and stuff in our new home. So it was really bad timing. Still. Although when it was on, like as I clicked away, I think my wife might have been asleep. So small favors. Yeah, I can't find his leg. Here it is. I wonder where does it have a bump? Oh, because he has a tactical rock. That makes sense. Wow, these are not planned out very well. They're like split between both. There it is. There. All right. So just working on the sergeant. And then, of course, I'm probably going to go plasma pistol and force axe. Is there any benefit to having sword or chainsword over the force axe? Or power axe, rather? I don't know. And he needs this sergeant symbol. I think I prefer this one. Oh, no. I think that one, the rune, looks better. Need belt and tactical rock. So here's a tactical rock. Hmm. There it is. Space Wolves always sort of weird me out since one of the people who watches my channel every now and then, he told me that all the wolves on Fenris are people, are former Space Wolves that have mutated fully. And I'm like, so that means all these like tails and, trophies and things that they have on them, those are body parts of their friends. Like, what the hell? 8 and 12. Okay, I need a gun. Gun, arm, gun. Here's 8. By nature of it being the first one I find, that is the one I will use. Oh, hey guys, I am just working on some gray hunters, which boxes on the floor. And I haven't decided what I want to do with them, but I think they can have bolt rifles or bolt pistols and chainsaws, so assault. Which probably make the most sense. I need a plasma pistol. It's probably over here. There it is. Just kind of trying to relax a little. Long day. Lots of stuff going on. Okay, power axe, power axe. What else? 13, 14. Oh, no, you can have a power fist. Duh. There. That's much better. I think it's much better. It looks cool. It's got a rune on it, so that automatically makes it cooler. Where is the power fist core? There it is. Okay, so we got all the parts except for head, shoulder pads, and his tchotchkes. I wanted to put lots of tchotchkes on him, which is just crap, general crap. Which shoulders does the emblem go on? Left shoulder emblem. Okay. There we go. I think I'll give him a knife. And I think that'll be, well, he's got, no, he can't draw a knife because he's got power fist. So maybe belt pouch. I think that'll be it. There. That's his tchotchke. There. Okay. Now I just gotta shave him. Bye. I have to say, with having all these shoulder pads that already have the insignia on them, I've gotten kind of lazy with not using decals as often as I used to. Because I remember with the Raptors, I'd use it for every single one of them. The Blood Angels, I had a bunch that they came with the 2 combat patrols I got came with those accessory packs, and then I also got some 3D printed Blood Angel stuff. So I was not dying for shoulder pads. Didn't need to do the emblems on them. So I've gotten lazy. But these guys, you have to paint either the squad markings or the company markings. So that should be interesting. Improve my freehand, which is not the best. I was looking at videos. I saw this one guy had beautiful, elaborate freehand on the cloaks of his Terminators. It's like everything was a beautiful mural. I was just like, man, so impressive. I should have watched more of it, but I clicked off because I was like, man, I'm never going to get that good. I should have seen how he did it at least. Because I mean, I don't know, maybe he's using something super cool, super tech. You know, I'm going to drill the barrel of this right off the bat instead of just wait. Because I usually wait until I'm like almost done with the figure. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to drill the barrel. Which is something I've only recently started doing. Well, recently, like a few months. But I do it the artist opus way, where you make a little guide hole and then use the guide hole for the actual drill. Don't have to go too far, just so long as it looks like a barrel. And then he taught me the trick of using the glue, plastic glue, to sort of clear the barrel. Get all the little bits out. I don't know if you can see. Let's see, can you focus on that? You see there's a little hole now. But there. Drilling barrel is very exciting. And then hit it with a little bit of glue. And it causes the inside to melt a little bit. It cleans it out. It's just a nice habit. You don't really need to do that, but it's a nice habit to get into. Because sometimes it sucks when a piece of plastic comes in there when you're painting. So, let's see. Cabal, exciting. And some mold lines on this. Let's clean it up. It's always in the thigh plate, or whatever that is. They're kind of smart though, because they strategically hide a lot of the mold lines underneath plates that they're going to slap on top of it. Like the leg plate is going to go over the leg where a bunch of the mold lines are. So you don't really have to clean that. What other ones you do? Hello. Just working on gray hunters. I'm cleaning up the first guy, the sergeant, well, pack leader. Which I decided to go with the plasma pistol and the power fist because everybody always goes with plasma pistol and power fist. It offers the biggest bang for the buck. And when it comes through in a game, it's always nice. It's like the last hope of when a unit gets charged. You just have the sergeant left. Hope to do something. That was not good. I cut too deep. And tactical rock. Glue. All right, Sergeant. It's the first guy. I keep calling him Sergeant. He's a pack leader. I'm sure he doesn't care. All right. Need leg pieces, leg covers. This one goes on this one that I have already. And I gotta assemble the other leg. Also, hello. I'm working on Grey Hunters tonight, in case you didn't see. I have a few boxes of Space Wolves I haven't done anything with because I'm a bit lazy and slow. All right. All right, stick. Okay, backpack. And he gets a little thing on his back because he is the pack leader. Which way does it go? Oh, probably goes with the rune on the front. All right. So he gets that. Backpack. Stick. That's sticking too easily. All right. And he needs his belt now and tactical rock, which is very important. Oh, did faces. Trash. All right. He needs a base. Okay. So these 32, yeah, these are 32 millimeter. All right, belt. There's a big belt. So it's, oh, hey. Yeah, you gotta have the base. Especially for these guys. Otherwise, you would have nowhere for his rock to go. He's got a big skull on the rock. But hey, Matt, what are you up to tonight? I'm hoping to get these guys done. So I can put them on the shelf and not touch them for a year or two, probably. I should. It's fun. It's nice, relaxing. Like sometimes when I've got like a couple projects going and I don't feel like painting, but I feel like I want to do something to build on to feel productive. And that's when I go and grab something off the shelf and assemble it because this is relatively mindless. Like right now I'm working on Blood Angels Land Raider, but man, I just need a break from it. Too much red. Too much red. But what do you have to assemble? Because some things are more fun than others. Let's see. Oh, I need to assemble his Power Fist. Power Fist. I remember when I first saw Power Fist, I thought it was kind of goofy. Yeah, the very first box set of Marines. Yeah, I had like a gigantic fist. I thought it was out there, but now it's like my favorite combat weapon. Close combat weapon. 3,000. Oh, nice. Oh, I bet you're happy the last few days with all the new stuff coming out. I mean, Captain Titus, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, need to get his pistol. Captain Titus, the new Victrix, new Marnius, and what are those guys? The Ultramar Vassals or something? Oh, they're mostly Grey Knights. See, Grey Knights used to be like really big when I was playing as a kid, teenager, because they came out and they're like everyone is super happy to have Space Marines because they're the best of the best, and then they're like, no, Grey Knights are the best of the best. All right. Oh, I didn't get a head. I need to grab a head. This guy is he needs to have a normal head, I think, or a helmet. So, oh, they don't have options for him to have a helmet, supposedly. So I'm giving him a helmet. And he's got a little rune on it, so that'll serve. Oh, they were unpainted. Oh, Grey Knights, duh. Yeah. We used to call them the Grey Horde whenever we'd have tons of stuff unpainted. I need to trim that. But are you going to get any of the new Ultramarine stuff? Waiting to see if they have, or what their prices are looking like. There, paint it up there. What are you at work? So you can't put stuff together right now? Let's see. This glue's been working a lot better than it has the last few days for some reason. I wonder if it has to do with the temperature. It's cold now. Very cold. Oh no, that really sucks. That's really too bad. Are you in an area where you can go to like another store or another group and hopefully find some fun? 'Cause it sucks when people feel like they have to win. It steals all the joy. Shoulder pad and his tchotchkes. His arm's not sticking. Yeah, I mean, there's some nice things of, relaxing, building, painting. I say I play, I don't know, for every hour I put in, well, I'd say every 20 hours I put in painting and doing something hobby related, I play maybe an hour of game, because where I'm at right now is kind of in the boonies. Like my nearest um, brick and mortar store is about 50 minutes away. And so it's a rare occasion, but it's nice. It's always nice to have that connection with folk. His arm's still not sticking. His tchotchkes are. I don't know if they're not. I spoke too soon about this glue. Oh, really? Well, that's an old figure. I had my second army was an orc army way back in the 90s. And they had a good chunk of metal models. Ah, do you still have it? Is it up on your shelf? There. Okay. First guy, pack leader. He's done. Cool. I'm probably going to put helmets on all these guys just because I don't know. I like saving no helmets for like the big character models or like captains or the like. Oh, that's very cool, man. Did you? What clan was he from? From the orcs? Because I always had goths, the black and red ones, because it's very edgy as a teenager. All right, next up is they want you to build like all the bodies first, all the bodies, and then you put guns and such on them. I think I'll do bolt pistols and swords. All right. So this other guy's a tactical rock too. Okay. All right, so I need 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 72, 75. Okay. Or if I put them in, well, no, you can't have them in groups of 5, can you? The blue boys took him in. I don't know, a little bit of a blasphemy or, heresy. Oh, wow. This is something I've never seen before on a sprue is, I don't know if you can see it. They have a chain sword with a holster, with a sheath on the belt. That's very cool. I may have to use that just for the heck of it. I've never seen a chain sword with a sheath. Oh, hey, Elliot. Wolfen, I don't know. What do you think of the Wolfen? Because I like looked at them recently because of the combat patrol for Space Wolves, and I was like, oh, that's such a cool set. But the Wolfen are they're so jarring aesthetically from the rest of the line, And I haven't assembled any, but are they pernicious? I gotta get these guys. So let's see. I think the other one, yeah, it's over here. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6 off of this one, this sprue. I like the new line of Space Wolves. All the character models. Oh, this dude looked cool. I may have to do at least one without a helmet because there's a face that looks very cool. Sort of a leering, sort of Wolverine looking face. I don't know if you can see him there. Let's see. This one right there. Can you see him? I think he's pretty cool looking. Why are you nervous about painting them? I mean, they're furry and armor plates. Fur can be tough sometimes, depending on how you do the shading and stuff. Excuse me. All right, I need to find, okay, 3. Here's 3. I found that painting like fur and stuff, it's good to like practice a little bit. And the best vehicle I found was just the wolves that you get with some of the set. Well, with the what are those guys? The head takers. I practiced a little bit with them, and I had some undead guys. Yeah, the fur and a lot of skin. Yeah. Well, have you flesh wash makes it so much easier to do skin and such. If you've got any of that, that's a big deal, and that helps immensely for me at least. But yeah, fur and getting that different sort of gradation on the fur can be rough. But if you stick to like pick 3 or 4 colors and stick to them, you can even you can make them really kind of chaotic and it still works. Or contrast paints. You do like some slap chop and some contrast paint. You can get a good like a single or dual color, and you don't have to worry about it blending. Yeah, dark and warm. That's smart. Good advice. Let's see. I'm talking too much, losing my place. All right, I need his. Got 3. I need 18 for his chest, which is right here. There's also, oh gosh, who had the Artist Opus? I think had a really good tutorial for fur. Either him or oh gosh, Duncan Rhodes. I think they had some. One or the other had a really good tutorial that I was watching the other day. See, Matt, I've lately gotten into where I just take one model and I take it to completion as I can because the assembly line like sort of kills my motivation over time. Although it's probably the best and fastest way to do it. I just I get bored. I need to chase that endorphins of finishing a model. And that's that. Okay. Oh, here's this. This is 5. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's nice to be able to be like, well, like when you're doing the process, you're doing one, coach or one, color on 10 models, you're going through and your mind picks up and you say, oh, there's something I need to address. But then you go on and chances are you might forget about it. But when you're working on just one model, you can immediately go and wash out your brush and go and hit it and fix that one thing or the like. And that's, I think, why it helps me because my focus, like across 10 models, I will forget that thing. I'll go back, I'll work on the other ones, and I'll come back. And unless I see it again on the next set, I'll be distracted. And so that's why I like doing one model at a time. So why a squad of 10 will sometimes take me 10 days, you know. But yeah. But also, there is the fun of just being able to get it done. Here's this tactical rock. Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that. See, okay, rock. Still need one more leg plate, which is this number 6. And I need 72 and 75 for its backpack, which I think it would be on the new sprue or less obvious sprue. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Those are all solid. Yeah. Well, that's always the best. It's fun to know that you're making progress. There we go, 72. That's why sometimes I don't go back. Oh, let's see. It's not the exact one. I'm trimming them. Yeah, the mold lines, cleaning it up. Well, I know like this part, you're going through, you're cutting the pieces. Is that, yeah. Cutting the pieces, then you have to go and shave them. And the actual assembly is like I'd say takes half as long as the trimming it out. Okay, so there. You gotta shave them, clean them up. Yeah, pouring out the barrels. I don't use green stuff very much unless there is. I use I've got Vallejo's Gap paste. Oh, hey, Vanzig. Finally bought real glue. Oh yes. Well, what I do, Vanzig, is take it and just take it off and use this, and you tap it on the location you're wanting to use. Don't use the spray all the time. Oh, thank you. Grey Knights are better. Saving needed the Emperor of Mankind. The Emperor of Mankind is some dude in Persia right now, supposedly, isn't he? According to his biography. But he started back in Roman times, I recall. It's been a long time since I've read this. I still kind of want to read the Horus stuff. The Horus heresy was very bare bones. An old Turk. Yeah, that's what I was recalling, I think. Using the Crusades. Using, all the big conflicts. Oh, you're a Tau player, God? Did you see the new Tau figures that are coming out? I think they're something Lance formation or something. The Emperor of the Pyramid is on a different planet that's not Earth. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, isn't there supposed to be some sort of weirdness with the Omnissiah too? I don't. It was on their recent announcement, God of Mysteries. They have a new set where it's 2 drones and 2 partner battle suits. They look beefy. They're beefy boys, and they seem to be pretty cool. Their poses are very action oriented. Unfortunately, it looks like they might be mono pose, but who knows? They're cool figures. All right. That is 1 Tau, 1 Tyranid, a few Necrons. Wasn't there 2 Necrons, and then a dozen a dozen Ultramarines? Well, not a dozen, but 7, 8. Lots of Ultramarines. See, this is the first time I bored out the barrel of the pack leader. Let's see, where is he? Right there. Usually I do it when I'm almost done, and I usually do it as an afterthought because I forget. I have a bad memory. But if you subscribe to him, Chapter Master Valrak has it, and yeah, I have. Recent, the last 3 months, I've been working on Blood Angels. That's what I've been doing. Most of the content on my little page has Blood Angel stuff. The last thing I finished was a Jump Captain. Yeah, my first Space Marine army that I started since I came back to the game was Raptors, but I missed the whole Gothic ideal, the whole leaning into angels and the whole motif, and so I got into Blood Angels for that. And I liked a lot of their character models. Though, to be honest, I have not put them on the board yet. I have not played them. Played a few games with the Raptors, a few games with Necrons. But that's been it so far. Yeah. What about the Iron Wars drew you to them? Oh, Vanzig, I saw you got your name changed. So I mean, I just realized I was like, oh, I don't have to like, remind myself. Vanzig was one of the people that hung out with me the most over on Twitch when I was streaming. Oh yeah, was it too difficult to find, or not too, or was it difficult to find? Because I've never done that. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't get his leg. I got his shell, but I did not get his leg. It should be one with extra bit. There. The new box set for the 4th Legion. That's too bad. Well, it's mainly like, I get things because I like the castings and like I'd want to paint it. Like I know there are things that I have on my shelf that are never likely going to ever see play because I don't play any Age of Sigmar, but I play some Old World, but like a lot of the Age of Sigmar things I base for Old World. Oh, gosh. But like I've got Stormcast Eternals from the box set Skaven Tide, which those are some nice figures. I mean, I don't have any affection for Stormcast Eternals, but I can recognize that those things are really cool looking. Okay. Back to it. And didn't the Iron Warriors, they got a character model? Yeah, new shrink. Well, the box sets are still the ones that you get for edition releases are pretty hefty, at least in my limited experience. But yeah, the new combat patrols are kind of smaller and smaller. Did they change from 10 per box? I thought they were. Oh right, no. Are you talking like the Horus Heresy Terminators? I don't like that they're going for that whole thing of a squad as 3 guys. Soon enough, we're going to have squads of 2 guys. Like, oh, hey, like the Tau. That's too bad. That's weird. It's weird that they would go to that. I mean, that strikes me as a purely economic decision. Because the Marines have always used factors of 5. Until they didn't. So what about the Tau? Well, they just got that one new set. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's going on still some more. It's a pity because so many of the Kill Team boxes are so nice. Or the new figures. But I've recognized like I've sort of hit the ceiling of what I'm willing to spend. And like I don't even like normally I would have gone for something like the Crux Terminatus, but at that price it needed like 5 more Terminators for me. Yeah. Well, the market will out. We'll see how it goes. At the worst, people 3D print more. I mean, honestly, some of my 3D printed stuff is very, very nice. Better than first party stuff. Although resin is not my favorite thing. Yeah. I mean, sometimes there are some that I don't mind, like the 5-man units of, if they're really nice castings. I mean, if the Terminators are above like $60, the new Assault Terminators or whatever, if they're over $60 American. I mean, after the 50% online discount, then I'd be fairly gun shy. All right, first body done. Now I gotta start working on the other bodies. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 76. So I'll get the backpack first since that's ubiquitous. Like a 500, like a kill team. Yeah. I mean, heck, if you sell, right now, and a lot of people are buying up older castings, even if they're painted and such. You could do well. Okay, body's not on there. Let's see. There we go, 24. I mean, I have some box sets that I bought a little bit over a year ago, and I checked, and people were offering like twice the price for them. Just, some of those larger, like Christmas box sets from 2 years ago. Which I don't understand because you can usually get the parts and the pieces for much cheaper. I guess for some people it's a collectible or something. I don't know. All right, I need a chest piece, which is here, 23. Oh, yeah. Fire Raptors, if I'm thinking the right plane, Fire Raptors are pretty cool. Oh, 5 dreadnoughts. Are they all the same type? Like one of the newer types, or are the old guys like the Duradio, Furioso? 25, 26, 27. Looking for a leg. And leg plates. All Primaris. Okay. I know the Primaris dreadnoughts I like. I have several Brutalis. Only one Redemptor, which I should probably get one more for like oh, they have a Mark 6 helmet here. They have a beaky right there. That's nice. I'm going to use that. I hate that they cross sprues. I'm lazy. Just looking for a big leg. I can't find it. There's one of the plates. There's the other plate. And leg. There it is. Thing is, I need to get these and then duplicate the process. Oh yeah, the one that looks like a lunchbox. I don't remember what they're called. Why does the upgrade kit make it cool? 4, 23. Leg. Shields. One. Another, and just need the leg now. Did I get the backpack? Did I get the chest piece? I need his honking leg. Should be over here. Yeah, there it is. Upgrade stretches of plastics. Really 6 to 8 inches. Oh, that's much better. Having a bigger fuselage would be a big deal. Okay, cleaning. There we go. Are you going to work on anything tonight, Vanzig? Or just hang out and talk to me? Which I do not mind. Really? Is there a tutorial or anything, or like instructions online, somebody doing it? I was thinking tonight of, I've got in the other room, I've got my 3D printed Reaver like set out on the table. And I was thinking like, I could do that on stream, and there'd be a big chance of lots of cursing and annoyance, but it could be kind of fun. Which is smaller. The Reaver is smaller than I thought it would be. Like it actually seems like it's smaller than the Warbringer. It probably is. You should check. You've got your other 3D printer just sitting there. You should do it. I was talking to the gentleman who's he formerly owned the house that I'm living in right now. We bought it from him, and we still stay in touch a little bit because we occasionally get his packages and things. And he asked me, he's like, you run a 3D printing farm in the basement now, don't you? And I'm like, no, I have 2 3D printers downstairs, but it's not a farm. Like, I don't know what would be the limit to call it a farm. Oh man, you should check eBay, see if you get it. Although they'll probably charge an arm and a leg for you. That would be good. There was an interesting 3D print on Etsy where they had like a Thunderhawk, but they had like the wings replaced with VTOL engines, like 4 of them. So it almost looked like a drone. Yeah, probably damaged. You're probably right. But this 3D printed like sort of Thunderhawk equivalent was kind of cool looking, but it just didn't look the same with the change over to like a drone engine sort of look to it. It lost some of its grandeur. Do you remember what the Thunderhawk looked like in first edition, second edition? 6mm Epic 40K. It was a little box. It looked a lot like that one that is out now that is somewhat new. It looked a lot like that one. It was just it was a flying box with 6 rockets underneath it. It was so bad, and yet it was so good on the battlefield. I bought 6 of them because it's a very edgy teenage gamer. But it was cool to like fly around and drop off 2 companies of Marines with 6 Thunderhawks. Oh, I gotta shave this guy's. Some mold lines. It's always the thighs. The thighs always have a good bit there. Okay. This is kind of a nice kit, though. Yeah. Oh, hey, Vanzig, were you on when I saw the chainsword in the sheath? They actually have like a chainsword in a sheath on right there. I've never seen one before. It's a very cool piece. I didn't know you could put chainswords in sheaths. I always figured you just had to carry them around. Like I feel like I need to use that in some pose, just because, or save it maybe for somebody, for like a character model. Although I think I've got all my Space Wolf character models already built. Does it have a? Yeah, it's got runes on it, so it's very Space Wolfy. So I kind of wouldn't need to use it for Space Wolves unless I want to like clean it off. But yeah. I think these are all. Oh, I'm missing. I need another. Oh, there it is. Just throwing it around. I think that's it. Yep. Yep. Okay. They turn. Do they mean like they turn upwards? Yeah, and a big sheath for a chainsword. Oh, yeah, that's true. But this is like, I don't know. I mean, it just looks cool. It looks like when you see those things like the lumberjacks have them like on their backs. I'm surprised it goes on the hip. Okay. All right. Time to glue. Okay. And the line has a enormous one behind his hip. Really? Huh. I didn't notice that when I was building them. Oh, for 30K. In 30K. Okay. Yeah, I've got the more recent or the 40K version. That's kind of cool. So there's so many figures for 30K that I kind of want to get. But it's hard for me to justify them, you know? Huh. Chainswords do seem like, I mean, in every game that you play of 40K stuff, chainswords are like just one step above knives, you know? The thing is, when I was playing like Space Marine 2, I love the combat knives. That was what I would always use for the Vanguard, just because it's very cool. And it's fun to just jump into massive Tyranids with just a knife and a melta gun. Let's see. Primarchal chain weapons and teeth, alien claws. What is that weapon? I see the Death Watch guys. The Death Watch guys have that strange weapon that looks like a Necron weapon. And I remember I saw it briefly on the reveal at Kill Team. And I was like, what is that? And I meant to look it up and I forgot. Angron uses. You haven't had a chance to? I'd recommend it, Matt, if you can. I mean, the multiplayer is a lot of fun and gives it some legs if you get a chance. So there's like some sort of strange alien teeth. But what's that one that the Death Watch uses? That's like a Necron sword. Something phase, I think. Stick. Keep this guy. I need a super glue. Phase sword? Yeah, I don't know anything about them. Like I just saw the paint job that somebody did on them. I thought it was really nice. And it's like a distinctly Death Watch thing. Yeah, I should turn this, otherwise I'll stab my arm at some point. Let's see. I know where I tried the same. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah. Well, just still is okay and good to paint stuff. To have the the art side of the hobby. But Space Marine, you can still like go in, and there's something enjoyable about the multiplayer. Just going in against with people you don't even know. And I've had like some really positive experiences with people playing. Space Marine 1 was pretty fun. That was a trippy game. And basically, orcs were health packs. Walking, talking, shooting health packs. Oh, and ignores invulnerable saves. That's cool. And that's good that there's a tool to sort of play to that. Oh, I missed a spot. I have a hard time, like, I don't have the maintenance of aim to go for achievements. If I get them along the way, then that's great, but I usually don't, like, shoot at them, shoot for them. I think the only achievement I went for was at one point was for one of the Age of Wonders where it unlocked a faction if you got it. Or was it Total War? It might have been Total War. Mini war game. They do let's play or not let's plays. They do battles and stuff. Oh, mini war game. They're the ones. Don't they do a lot of old world? And what's one of the guys? Micah, I think. Micah is such a good sport. If that's the person I'm thinking of, they're a lot of fun to watch. Steve and Micah, Luca. Thank you, Luca. That's it. Was it you? Yeah, in Total War, if you it unlocked in the first Total War Warhammer, it unlocked the Keeper of Secrets, not as a lord, but you could get him for multiplayer if you got it, and you basically had to win the game with one particular faction. And then before that, for Rome Total War, if you won a very hard difficulty, something, it unlocked all the other factions. Yeah, I got the Greater Demon, and there's also something else. It was either Rome or Rome 2. I'm not sure which one. This guy is not sticking. Stick. All right. Okay. Those two bodies. Now we need 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 76. So we need, first off, we need 2 backpacks. I don't remember what his name was. It was like Soriel or something, or Sathoriel, some sort of Kabbalistic, angelic sort of name. But that was the only like achievement that I chased after at one point. Sartorial. So you always do this. Like this is like Vancic and I when we talk and hang out. I'm always like, you know, this was a thing and it was kind of cool, and I know nothing about it except that it exists. And then Vancic comes back, he's like, bam, that's what this is. All right, 33, 34, 35, 36. Focus. 34. Let's see. 33 is a chess piece, which is, of course, not on this row. Not on this row. No, there's 33. Yeah, he was pretty much garbage. I mean, you have to admit, because he was a caster, and back in Total War Warhammer 1, that was all about duelists, and even better if you had like some sort of big critter to ride. But if you're just like a caster with this huge hitbox, you were screwed. Yeah. Well, he was worse because the other guys had like tailored magic items and things they could get, and I think he had a staff, if I recall. But yeah, he was a punk. He showed up and just got killed. And like the best thing for fighting him was like anybody with a bow, even like peasant archers, bows and arrows, they would annihilate him because he had such a huge hitbox. Where are these? I need his leg plates. Leg plates. I have one. 36. I remember like Balthazar Gelt was better than him. And Balthazar Gelt at that time was like not the best because he had metal magic, which was not an ideal lore. I mean, with him, it was okay because you could lower the price of his his main direct damage spell. You could lower it down to like 1 or 2 points, if I recall. Yeah, I mean, just because you can also, it allows you to keep that damage or your damage resistance buff up by just casting it over and over, and it lasts for 15 seconds. And it's like, oh, permanent damage resistance for everybody. Although you had to keep doing it. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing here. I cannot find that leg plate. There's one. There we go. So it needs to be. There it is. There's the other one. Okay. That's all I need for this is 35. I just need his leg. I need something else. Oh, we need his leg and his chest. So I need 33 and 35. All right. Have you played anything with the more recent Total War Warhammer? Because Gelt is godly now. Like he has like a building that he can get where every single mage in his army increases the power of all the other mages' spells. So you just stack the entire army with 9 or 10 of them, but you can even go 20 because it still has some benefits. But you stack like 9 or 10 mages in there, and suddenly all the spells are twice as effective. Yes, I don't know. It's weak at the beginning, but soon you just equip them with gear, and you run them, and you plant them in the middle of an army. You just blow yourself up over and over and over, and you have one mage healing yourself, and usually you can come out on top. At least that's been my experience. But then I also play with some mods. So that could also be it. Looking for, I need his leg. I need 35 and 33, which I have not seen. Just you win one battle. Didn't need to level up. Well, I try to save my levels up for like every 10 levels, and then I do them all at once. So unless it's a big battle, unless I know like, oh, this battle's going to be close, and then I'll level them all up before the battle if I can. But yeah, there we go. Here's his leg. I just need his chest now. And here's his chest right next to it. Yeah. I found the mod, or my experience with the mod that queues them, it bugged out on me a few times, and so I didn't trust it. After time, I just stopped trusting it. Like, you can like automate building queues for the computer, or not really queues. You can tell the computer to build stuff, and it'll just build random stuff. But the computer's so bad at that. It's like, here's 4 barracks, no walls, no money, just 4 barracks. Different kinds of barracks, sure, but still, and in a tavern. It's like, man. I actually have Total War Warhammer running in the other room. I was playing Archaon, but it's just sitting there for now. No, there was one that there's the default randomly picks for you. Like if you set it for the computer, the Q one where you pick them yourself, I had that one bug out on me, and that one just it started not doing it, and so it'd still come back with the warning like you have points to spend. I'm like, I should have no points to spend ever. But the one I was using that though, I think that was back in like World War Total War Warhammer 2. I haven't tried it since. Build these torsos. I cut a little too deep on this guy. Where is he? Oh man. Well, Matt, just keep working on stuff, painting, enjoy the fun that you can get with it. And you don't know, maybe sometime you'll be able to, grab some people to play with. Thanks for stopping in. It's always nice to talk to people. I love doing this and talking to people. It's so much more fun than doing it by myself and sitting there. So thank you. You can stop by later. I'll try to do this once a week, but I don't have a schedule or nothing yet. But thanks, man. It's hard when you for whatever reason lose the ability to play with a group or your usual crowd. I mean, when I moved here, I leave a battleground behind. This is a good place. Oh, my nephew's coming up to visit me, so we might actually play something. I wonder if he's gotten any of his guys painted. Okay, that's that guy. This guy here. So Isaac, how are you doing? Are you feeling the cold yet? We've got a big winter snap here. Like we actually got the thermostat turned up a bit. and I'm like bundled up. You always tell it's cold when I break out the beanie and the fur-lined sweatshirts. Well, fake fur. This guy is weird. These guys are actually relatively simple models, like the core dudes. We've got big time winter. I'm kind of looking forward to, Christmas and everything, decorating. The first time here. Oh, it's going to be crazy. We've got like a little pond across the way. We're trying to think of like, if it freezes, should we decorate something on it or put something nearby? Yeah, we've got, I think it is right now it's under freezing. We wake up and the lawn is glistening with ice, but it hasn't stayed under freezing for an appreciable amount of time. Yeah, no idea how that. Yeah, no, freezing has to be, well, it needs to be, 28 and for an extended like period of hours, like 4 or 5 hours, doesn't it? For something like an appreciable body of water to start freezing. You'll get ice crystals at 28 and 29. I mean, even though freezing 32, but yeah. Have you turned off your outdoor pipes just in case? Should do that if you can. But I'm bundled up. I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks and sweatshirt, sweatpants, and hat. It's still a little chilly. Oh, this guy's armor is pretty cool. I know you'll never guess, but this guy, he has a wolf on his armor. So yeah, that's pretty unique. Okay. Oh, I need legs and then his backpack. Yeah, gray hunters. Gray hunters is what they are. That's why I've never like seen a chain sword with a sheath, and it makes me happy. Like, oh, I've got that. I'm going to have to do something with that. Or I might save it for another figure. Oh yeah, Great Tide Studios has such good stuff. I have to say, I'm pleased with it. I mean, some of it, like you start getting like, if you look at like when they do those entire sets for like a Land Raider, it's a little bit much. It's like, oh, everything is of this thing. There's wolf on your wolf on your wolf, but the Great Tide stuff is really nice. I've really enjoyed the Blood Angel stuff that I used, mainly because they gave me back wings for the Sanguinary Guard, which was really nice. Because I remember looking at the figures, I mean, like, oh man, I remember when these guys used to have wings. And then I was browsing Etsy and I saw that they had wings. And I was like, yeah, that kind of inspired me to actually start a Blood Angels army. Because up until then, it was just Raptors. Raptors for days. Salamander bits. I haven't seen the Salamander ones. How are they? I'll have to look them up. I'm getting some Raptor ones, but it's from Cyberbrush. I'm getting some Raptor pieces, which is basically some helmets, backpacks, shoulder pads, and cloaks. Well, some of the actual heads for the Blood Angels are pretty nice. But they always go, they like go to like, here's the limit that Games Workshop goes with the tchotchkes and the panache of the different motifs of various chapters, and they always go like a little bit further, a little bit wackier. But if you looked at oh gosh, what is it, Daka stuff, his can be kind of crazy too. Yeah. But then again, I mean, there's sort of a fun aspect to just leaning into it, But with the Sanguinary Guard, I think I used just the backpacks for the wings, and I used shoulder pad, some of the weapons, because I wanted to just shake up the weapons a little bit. But that was about it. All right, that dude. All right, we're down to 4 more torsos after this. Yeah, some of his stuff though, some of the vehicles I like. I think he was the guy, like I showed you that replacement they used for the ATV vehicle. I don't remember what it's called, Outrunner or something, but whatever they put with the Outriders, and it has like a gun on the back. I think Daka had like an equivalent for that I liked. I think I might have showed you that, back in the day. All right. Oh, the Primaris scale. You can ask, like, sometimes you can ask the printer to scale them down a little bit. Taking a drink. Okay. All right. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Okay. So need 2 backpacks again. Yeah, when I first started back, I got some things from Etsy which were scaled for 30K, and I didn't know that. And they're like a scout squadron, and they look like teenagers next to the Primaris, which I suppose might be accurate if they're pre-Primaris process or whatever. Which I don't know. I don't know anything about that lore. That lore's a little bit goofy to me because it's like GW wanted to do a thing, and so they write up an in-game justification for it, or in story. We want to make bigger Space Marines, so yeah, I talk to them if I ever if I'm ever thinking of buying something. But then again, I just use the one 3D printer guy now, so don't trust anybody else. Let's see. All right, 43. Let's see, 44. What's this dude? Yeah. It all depends on who you go to, though, really. Like if I see somebody who has like a skimpy description or just one description for every single thing that he's selling, then it's always a signal to like either reach out or steer clear. I think I also need 2 plates. There we go, 46 and 47. I still need a leg. I don't think it's on this sprue. Nope. Let's see if it's over here. Yes, he has a tactical rock as well. Okay, let's see if I can get all the pieces off these other 2. So what do you think of the new assault Terminators? Are you going to get them? I should know better. Yeah. 'Cause like you said before, you're just 3D printing or recasting. 3 for 4, 3, 5 for 6 for 7. And the plate should be on here. Yep, here they are. And the leg should be on that sprue, if I'm doing this right. Really? I haven't really looked too closely at them. I just knew, like, oh, I was sort of lamenting that they didn't have any, and I was like looking into different limbs you could get, you know, from 3D printed to make your own from regular Marines or regular Terminators. Well, they have the lightning claws and the power and the thunder hammer now. I don't know if they can they still get powerful. I don't think they can get power fist, or at least in that kit. Oh, and it's also chain fists are pretty much the same as the power fists. You just have the little bit added to the bottom, and so like they just use the same part for the like the top, and then underneath use just a different arm, which cool. If I had my druthers, I would always get a chain fist over anything else. Do you remember when they used to be chain fists were strength 10 when the highest strength things were 10? It was like the only hand to hand weapon that was strength 10, except for the Avatar's sword, spear, whatever. Terminators just used to be so good back in the day. Like they come onto the field and even tanks would flinch. From their shooting. Not from the storm bolters though, but from assault cannon, from and then hand to hand the chain fist. And Terminator librarians were bad for vehicles too. Oh, I chopped off a chunk of this guy by accident off his backpack. That sucks. Oh, are they? What do you mean? Like, are they doing lightning claws in one box? Oh, bolter fist. Oh, for 30K. Oh, that sucks. That was always the thing that I liked about 30K was, you know, you get a box and you had tons and tons of bits left over or options. I regret not getting the box set for 3rd edition. Like I keep kicking myself every time I look at Amazon. That's too bad. I don't like the Horus Heresy lightning claws though. They're like just long fingernails, right? If I recall, or was that for cataphract terminators? I just don't like those lightning claws. Where am I missing? I'm missing some spot on here. I don't know. Can't find it. See, I don't like the finger claws, man. I know you might like them, but they look weird to me. Very Freddy Krueger. Back of wrist claws. See, I don't like any of the Horus Heresy Terminators. I don't care for. Even like the Saturnine, they did a good job of making it cooler, but it's still kind of goofy. With those gigantic shoulder pads. Although I saw somebody, I think it was Olden Demon, he did a video about different marks of armor. And I kept telling people, like, I had the Mark 8 armor, like, I had that miniature. And some people were telling me at the store that there's no such thing as Mark 8 armor. They went straight to Mark 10 and something. And I knew there was. Mark 7 was the Darth Vader. And then Mark 8 was this weird thing. You only had one pose. And then they never did anything with it. I remember it was like a limited edition or something. Kind of wish I still had my old Warhammer stuff. But it was such a different thing and such a different game back then. The entire look of everything was very different. Okay, I am about an hour and a half into these guys. And I'd say we're 65, maybe 70% of the way through. Because after I get their cores finished, then I can just go assembly line. Heads and weapons. And then always got to do some sort of tchotchke. Oh, I missed that. Wow, that's a big chunk of plastic I missed. So, Vanzik, have you ever used the weathering pencils or anything equivalent to that, like pigments in a pencil form? I got a few for my birthday, and I haven't used them yet. I've watched a video, but I've never used anything like that before. I'm not entirely sure how to use it. I know you can make really nice rust streaks, but that's the only thing I know. Yeah. I think I'm going to fiddle with them some on the Land Raider that I'm working on. Like, I think I'm going to go heavy into the weathering on the Land Raider because I got all that mud and stuff. Let's see how that goes. Oh, you didn't like them? I've only tried them once. I can't. I cannot recommend them. I was going to give them a little bit more time, but I haven't really found the vehicle for them. But they're from Goblin Hobbies, I think. Something. I'm actually I was going to ask my wife to help me with them because she sometimes does her nails and stuff. And I was like, I've got this stuff which is really just nail polish. And maybe she'll give me some tips. It does. It dries super damn quick. And that's one of the problems. You got to go you got to do it like paint, wipe, stick, go. And if you hesitate, the thing is, if you're going for accuracy, that is the enemy of aesthetics there. It's the enemy of it. So I don't know. It might be okay if I don't know, maybe I just need more facility with it. Maybe I just need to practice. That's the thing. We'll see. And I think the main thing when I start painting orcs is the thing I'm going to probably use it the most on because they have all those checkerboards and stripes. And so and with orcs, you don't have to worry if you mess them up. You can always go back and fix them. Other guys, you have less leeway, less tolerance for the total screw up. But I mean, at the rate that I'm painting things and the way I get distracted, getting to the orcs might be a good chunk of time down the line. Oops. Wrong legs. It's trying to put them on the wrong legs there. And backpack. The gentleman who left earlier, I believe he was saying that he had a hard time because he lost his group for playing Warhammer because there was a cheating scandal at the store. I felt bad for him because it kind of sucks to lose friends over something like that. It's been a long time since I've encountered anything like that. I think when I was a teenager, last time I encountered somebody that was obviously cheating. Well, not obviously, but who was a little bit too into it, maybe I should say. That might be more fair. Okay, this guy now, 2 more. And then we do heads and weapons and tchotchkes. Okay, so 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. 2 sets. And I need backpacks first. There should only be 2 backpacks left. Yep, these 2. One backpack. And 2 backpacks. All right. So it should be pretty obvious to pick these out. Two, 53. Since these should be the only torsos left. Need a leg. And then 2 leg plates. Where's the other one? Don't tell me it's on the other sprue. Oh, shoulder pads. Gonna need all the shoulder pads too. There's another leg plate. Okay, so that should be it. Oh, leg. It's right here. Okay. Torsos. Leg plates. Oh, 1, 2, no. What am I missing? I'm missing a leg. Well, that sucks. Gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There we go. Still need the leg plates. Still need to find those. Which, there it is. There's 1. I need 55, which is a plain one. It's not there. Not there. Oh, all by myself. Alas. I cannot find this last piece. Oh, smack my stuff. There it is. There it is. It's always the last place you look. Okay. All right. Last two torsos. Gotta clean them up. A little too choppy there. It was nice talking to folks. So much nicer to just chit chat with people. This poor guy lost his group. There we go. Oops. There. I'd say about 65% done now, 70% maybe. Just need heads, shoulder pads, weapons, and some tchotchkes. That's it. If they have empty holsters, that'll be a good tchotchke. Or pouches, belt pouches. I do want to use that chain sword in a sheath, because that's pretty cool. Too deep. Okay. All right, glue. Let's just go. Like sort of striding forward. So sort of like, yep, like that. That fits nice. Yeah, that fits really nice. Very mono pose, but at least it goes together well. Which leg? That's right leg. Yep. And this one. There we go. That did not work. Man, I am not doing this very well. Something's preventing it. Did I miss it? Oh, no, there. I just angling it too high. My own fault. A little bit right there. Growl hunters. There. All right. One more torso. And then moving on to noggins and shoulder pads and all that. There. For once, it's very quiet outside. Very little animal noise. Probably because there's a bear. You go there. Probably a bear outside hunting. I missed this. Okay. Torso. And leg. And leg plates. Which, okay. Ah, the one with the extra stuff goes on his left leg. So this goes here. All right. Almost. Come on, you can stick better than that. Oh man, I missed a big spot. Big chunk of plastic. That's not gluing for some reason. There. Slather more on it. Because clearly that's the way. Ugh, my back. Okay. I think it starts, yeah. Oh, forgot backpack. That will not do. Okay. Next page. Choose the variant you want to build. There. So we're going to do bolt pistols and chain swords. So I'm just going to cut all these out and then clean them all at once. I'm just going to cut out, I need 9 chain swords. If they have 9 chain swords. 2 chain swords. Those are all left arms. Ooh, I don't know if you guys heard that. That was an owl right outside the window. Spooky. There it is. Did you hear that? Scary. The gigantic owl. You must see something. Okay. Three, four, 5. I think some of these are going to have to be weird extension ones. Maybe I'll just grab some extras that I've got. So I don't feel like gluing hands onto the things. Yeah, they only give you 6 chain swords that are one piece. And 4 bolt pistols. Well, I guess you're supposed to use it, because otherwise I'm never going to use these. So I might as well make them. Let's see. They don't have any special weapons or anything, do they? No, like no guns worthy beyond bolt pistols and bolters. Nope. So I need 6, 7, 8. I need 1 more chainsword. There we go. And I need 3 left arms, which will do. 1. Hopefully that works. Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong kind of arm. That's not the right kind of arm. Son of a. There, that's the left arm that supposedly should work. No, this is the right arm. Derp. Yeah, that's the right arm, so that should go over here. This is the left arm, because I'm smart. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, that'll work. So I need to find more of those. And here's a bolter. Hey guys, I am working on some gray hunters. I think I'm about 70% done, roughly, maybe. Yep, that works. All right, so I need 2 more left arms. Those are right arms. That's the wrong kind of left arm. There. That's one. Okay. Still need 1 more left arm. One that can hold. Good. Those are right arms. That is. Okay, there. Yeah, that's left. Yep. All right. Chain swords set. Now we have 5 bolters, so we need 4 bolt pistols or carbines, and 4 right arms. Hey guys. Trying to get the last of these guys done. Assembling their guns. Which I'm lazy enough, half lazy enough to go and just grab some bolt pistols out of my bits box. But no. I'm going to do this right. Don't want to waste these parts. All right. That's one. Another bolter. All right. That's one. 3 more. Great. I think that'll work. I'm pretty sure that's a right arm. Let's see. Does that go? Yes. Success. 2 more. Does anyone know if these are not bolt pistols? They're like bolt carbines or carbines, right? For gray hunters. I think that's what they are. Still need to find. Maybe this will work. I wonder what their stats are, or the difference of their stats is. All right, yep, that works. 1 more. And then shoulders and heads. Which everybody's having a helmet, just because I don't care if they're space wolves. Everybody gets a helmet, if I can at all help it. Oh, they got beaky helmets. That is very cool. Beaky. Can you see? See there. Little beaky. Those are left arms, left arms. I need a right arm. That's a right arm. Not a good right arm? We'll try this one. All right. We've got, oh, this is not a, I think this is a right arm that's meant for, yeah, it's meant for holding like a 2-handed grip on it. Well, I don't know, it looks a little doofy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a different one. Left. Or I could just give a guy 2 swords and be like, he's super cool. Is that left or right? That's left. Come on, there's got to be one more. I think there we go. And they kind of skimp on the parts, I have to say. Not a lot of options. Yeah, that works. Perfect. All right, so we got all the guns, got all the swords. We need to get all the heads and not throw them around. Okay. Helmet. Oh, they have a Mark 7 helmet too. Ah, that's pretty cool. 3, 4. Five, 6. Any other heads on here? No. Maybe they're heads, but not helmets. There we go. 7, 8, 9. Although I think that's the sergeant head. So yeah, wow, they only have exactly 9 helmets. Well, that's what we'll do. And now shoulder pads. I need all the shoulder pads for. They don't have any for their insignia? Just the one? Oh, that sucks. I was hoping to be super lazy. Now I'm gonna have to do decals. Man. All right. Well, let's start from over here. One. All right, 2 sets. Any others I know? All right. It's 3. That's 4 sets. That's all there. These are scattered all over the place. Oh, hey, there's one more. Space Wolf. There we go. Oh, they have a Mark 6 shoulder. That's interesting. Without the, what do you call it? The stripe around it. Border. You'd imagine since they're space well, I can also, they might be successor chapters, so they didn't want to include nothing but Space Wolf shoulder pads. So I guess that makes sense. Also that they're cheap bastards. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 7. I'm holding off on the Mark 6 shoulder pad. Just because All right. Got 9 left shoulders and 8 right shoulders. Need one more right shoulder. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. All the pieces left over except for the tchotchkes that are going to go on the belts are chopped off. So now the exciting part of cleaning them. Hold on to your butts. Because there's always the slim chance that I might cut my thumb and then you'll see blood. And that's like usually the highlight of the stream. I just gotta clean these up and get the connections to the sprue and the mold lines off. Very important. Especially if you dry brush as much as I do. Because then it just shows up and it's like, everybody look. This guy doesn't clean his shit properly. Stay over there. There we go. It's gonna take a little bit, but once it's done, it'll be about, I'd say 95% done. It's a long step. That's kind of one of the reasons why I prefer making the smaller boxes, because like the 10-man boxes, a lot of duplication of effort. It's not as mentally stimulating. Which I need that hit of dopamine. Okay. And right shoulder pads. Done. Now heads are simple. You just get the bottom where they connect to the sprue. And then done. I really like that they came with Beaky and Mark 7 helmets. Beaky and Vader helmets. It kind of shows the whole hodgepodge aspect of the Space Wolves in some ways. Still haven't painted any of them. Been working on the Blood Angels more. Well, I got some really nice 3D printed Space Wolf figures that I want to paint. Including one that's of Logan Grimnar. I got a version of him. Okay, heads are done. Is that? Yeah, it's 9 heads. Okay. The left shoulder pads usually are a little bit more difficult because they've got junk hanging out over them. That's rough. I missed a spot. Oops. Get back in there. So the rate this is going, probably be 3 hours for 10 figures. Not my best, but then I was having a lot of fun chatting with folks. That was nice. It's always nice to just talk. If I was to do this, I would probably be working on the Land Raider or putting together the Reaver Titan, playing Warhammer Total War. It's to kill time. There we go. Well, that's a Mark 6. Oh, this is a Mark 6 shoulder pad too. I guess I mix and match. Well, I could make it Mark 6 for that one guy, for the two guys, right? Rather, yeah, it's got to be two. It's got two Mark 6 helmets. Okay. Shoulder pads done. Swords. It's really well cut. Not to toot my own horn. That was really well cut. Like it didn't have to do much of anything to it. There we go. So part of me wants to use, they have a couple pieces of a chainsword in a sheath meant to be like on the hip of these guys. I've never seen a chainsword in a sheath, like on a figure. I've always seen it like they're supposedly like magnetically connected or something. It kind of makes me want to use it, even though then I would have to like, I don't know, figure out an alternate pose or something. And I'm lazy. I think I'll save that for like a character model or something, because that is pretty cool. Okay. Getting there. It's getting close. Closer. Yeah. Just cut my thumb a little bit. Not enough for blood, just a little bit. Give him sloppy. Wonder where that big owl went. He was hooting up a storm for a bit there. Probably killed something. And probably eating it. So we live out in the boondocks. And lots of wildlife. Whenever I hear that big owl that like hunts in the forest just outside my house, I always think of The Secret of Nim, that big scary owl, which is probably dating me. Like, oh my God, this guy is super old. And yes, I am. First edition Warhammer. That's right. Back when he was goofy as hell. We loved it. Not at first, though. All right, guns. Guns are cool. I gotta get this because this is where it connects. I hate when they have sprue connections like right on the joining parts that are supposed to go with another thing. Oh man, I should, you know what? I should drill these barrels. I'll save that for later. But I really should. I need to drill those barrels in. Otherwise, I might forget. But not right now. Unless any of you guys want to know how to drill barrels, I'm sure it's like a super basic thing, but I actually watched an artist opus video about it and how to do it right. But they had a trick that I wasn't familiar with, to use glue inside the barrel to have it melt, sort of clear out the debris inside and to smooth the side so it looks better, which that was a good idea. I still do that. But yeah, I'd have to bore 9 more barrels. That would probably add another half hour to doing stuff. I mean, maybe I'll do it if I'm not sleepy by that point. By the point I'm done with these. Otherwise, I like that they put mold lines mainly on places where you can hide them. Still, I clean them just in case. Like on the shoulders, you put the shoulder pad over it, so nobody's ever going to see those mold lines. So you shouldn't feel compelled to, but sometimes I feel compelled to. Because what happens if I'm playing at a store and in the middle of moving it, one of the guy's shoulder pads falls off? And I get laughed out of the store for having mold lines. And I run home crying. Almost. Going to be gluing here in a second. It's a big step. Although first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the hands to the weapons, or the weapons to the arms, so they can have extra time to solidify while I do all the other stuff. Because I think they'll probably need it. I always hate having that extra part, that extra point of failure. Potential failure. Okay, gluing. Okay. These are good joins though. Like they fit really well, really nicely. Shoulder. Very seamless. Like I could not tell that this was 2 separate pieces. Maybe put it in front of one that was. Right there. Or one more to glue there. All right, gun arms are done. Need to get to the chain swords. I think they're all, yep, okay. Hopefully I can tell my left from my right. Let's see. Otherwise, the pose is going to be a little bit wonky. Why is this not fitting? There. Okay. Sword, sword, there. Sword. Okay, so 2 swords. Well, some of these chain swords are different. Like some have extra teeth, it seems. I wonder if they're like any different stat wise. Probably not. Like this one has, let's scoot back there, extra fangs at the top. This one does not. It's probably just a different aesthetic. Okay. So I said I should do those first, give them a chance to dry. But now I realize I can't put the shoulder pads on until I put those on. And the heads, I should really have the heads looking in the direction that the arms indicate that the person is focused on. So looks like we're going to have to do the arms first. And this one should be next. I'm going to go through them and just do all the gun arms first. And then the swords. And then I think the heads, and then shoulder pads. This guy is definitely shooting and running. Not good for accuracy. I think it might be raining a little bit. I don't think I like that arm. I don't like this arm on that guy. I'll do something else. All right, you're gonna have it. That's better, I think. Not sure what that pose is going to end up being. We'll have to see. Okay. These two guys are running as well. He's shooting while running, so that's kind of cool. So I used to just paint a black dot on the end of the barrel to signify, the barrel. And then people point out to me, it's like, hey, get a drill. And it did. And it does work. It's nice. Okay. All right. This guy. He gets this one. So he kind of helps me with the body placement, and then the arms kind of helps me with where the focus of the head should be. If I was a better modeler, I would be able to let the head dictate and choose the arms properly, but this is more zen. Oh, crap. His arm broke off. Well, that broke. Did not stick. So this one we save for last because it needs to repair. So this guy gets a totally different arm. Stay. Oh, I think that is sticking. Okay. No, don't like that arm. Not for that pose. That's a little too far back. Oh, no, it's okay. I think that's okay. Some of these guys are going to be very wide stanced, which means when they're on the board, they're going to knock into each other probably. Oh, that's not right. A little bit further up. There. Getting there. All right. Next. This guy should be a little more maniacal, I think. Like he's looking for someone to kill. Okay. This guy's just shooting into the air. He's a wild man. Okay. This guy is running while shooting. Let's see, how's this look? That's not bad. The last guy with the sword that broke. Well, it didn't break, but it fell apart. Hopefully they'll stick. Okay. Right now for noggins. All right. Facing right. Peaky helmet. Doesn't really fit on the Primaris armor. What is it? Tacticus? Tacitus? Getting close. The rest of the heads, shoulder pads, and then whatever I want to put on the belt. Probably pouches or knives or something. A cool Mark 7 helmet. Mark 7. Still need shoulder pads. Hmm. Stern beaky. See it? Yep. This is like charging crazy, dude. Like he's gearing up to swing. All right, shoulder pads. Should I do both at once? Yeah. Right. Cool. Still needs whatever I want to put on the belt. All right. There's that guy. I love the Mark 6 helmet, the beaky helmet. Though this guy has a Mark 7. Kind of like I like Primaris armor, but with the Mark 7 helmet. They just look like tall firstborns. Wow. There we go. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of strolling ahead. Let's see. This is one of the Mark 7s. I think there's two in the group. I have to say, final verdict on this kit is they're kind of cool. Like I wish they had more bits, more spatial themed bits. You got enough to do the choices you want. See, he's got the Mark 7 helmet. Pretty neat. Do they have a Primaris spatial sprue or like an updated one? I know they have an older one that came with Combat Patrol, I think. I could be wrong. This guy looks out and he doesn't need a decal. He gets the engraved Space Wolf insignia. It's kind of crazy how the Mark 6 helmet just kind of makes him instantly look like an old hammer. The pose helps too, I think. There's another guy walking forward and shooting. All right. There, we've got all of them mostly assembled. Now we just need a little bit of color, which I don't know, part of me is leaning towards pistols because it's always good to have a backup weapon, right? But I don't think I have enough pistols. Let's see. Maybe if I have knives too. It's so weird. If the space wolves, if the wolves on Fenris are space wolves, then they have all these trophies of their buddies and don't get it. All right, so 4 pistols. I should be able to do this. Maybe, maybe not. 6. Seven. 8. 9. I need one more bolt pistol. It's got to be under somewhere. There it is. 10. 10 bolt pistols. And then we're done. So I just got to clean these up. And 3 hours. I mean, that's kind of typical. Even though I had, some chit chat to do. That was fun. Oh wow, it's a big chunk of plastic I failed to take off there. Starting to get tired, a little bit sleepy. We're almost there. Very close to being done. Just these pistols, and that's it. Well, sometimes these can be finicky to get to stick. With the Tamaya glue. Not sure why. Oh, big chunk. All right. Oh, he's already got stuff. I already put some stuff. Missed the spot. There we go. All right. That is one guy done. Well, 2 guys done now. So the pack leader and shooty guy over his right shoulder. Let's see. And Mark 6 dude. Let's see. Need to add a little more glue. Yeah, that works. All right, Mark 6 guy, done. Love the beaky. All right, his pistol. It goes right there. Stick. Right. Other guy, it looks like he's got a Mark 7 helmet. Not bad. And another guy, pistol. Ouch. Okay. The guy, done. It looks like another Mark 7. He's got, his chest plate looks like Mark 5, maybe? Those ones with the studs. I don't know, what do I know? No Aguila. All right. Mark 7. Let's see. 4 more. And then I got to clean up, but I think I'll finish the stream before I bore people with cleaning up and cutting out bits. But this was good. This is fun. It's so much nicer to talk to people while doing this. Even it's mostly to myself, to be fair. Still. All right. This guy, clearly a veteran because he has the tactical rock. And Mark 6. I think this goes on the right hip. All right, Mark 6. Very rogue trader. I always imagine the new guys coming to Space Wolves. I'm like, why so much wolf shit? Come on, guys. Okay. Regular Primaris dude. And another one. Sorry. I kind of like this one because of this pistol tchotchke bit. Because it has a grenade on it. And that's kind of fun to paint. All right. That's the last dude. That's 10 of them. Let's see. Move the camera down. Ta-da! Let me get them all in the frame. Oh, and knock them over. So that was tonight. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I finally got them off my shelf. Had them there for a few months. And yeah. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. This was a lot of fun. It's always better to have people to talk to. And I am going to clean up and then head out. So y'all take care. Okay? Bye-bye.